Off to another spooky start because today is October 4th. No, it's October 3rd today. Sorry. Today, October 3rd, is the last morning, actually, of the Equinox Double Stardust Special 2km egg event. And that's kind of a big deal because I still have 2 5Ks we're incubating and Wild Cyndaquil, which is great. We just kind of walked in. This is Evolution Park, by the way. It's been a minute since we came to Evolution Park because we don't really do evolutions anymore because there's nothing to evolve anymore. I've actually thrown my phone down 2 hills and into a trash can at this park. We've had some pretty, we've had some good and bad evolutions here. You know what, speaking of evolutions, we still have 5 Tyrogues to evolve, or like 7 now. Speaking of the, what? There's another, no way, this is a Cyndaquil nest. Oh my God, what is happening here? This is a Cyndaquil. There's 4 Cyndaquils that had stopped over there? Okay, pause on everything I'm about to say. Let's go that way. Oh, we've done it. We have literally done it. What's it, you ask? The motherlode. We found the motherlode. We've got 4 Cyndaquil right here. What? Okay, so to be honest with you, I didn't even know there were Cyndaquil nests in Pokemon Go until now. I didn't know Gen 2 starters had nests now. I thought that wasn't a thing. Actually, it probably was a thing the entire time. I'm just forgetting because it's been so long since I have sat down and even thought about nests in Pokemon Go. I can't throw a ball straight. Also, I'm running out of Pokeballs. I had to buy some yesterday. Maximizing the Stardust. We have broken yesterday, in yesterday's video, I'm not sure if I saw it, but we broke 700,000 Stardust. So that's a win for the event. 700K. Actually, Reversal just got 2 million today, so GG Rev. Oh, hey, good IVs. But now, today's video is not about the Equinox event as it's ending in 3 hours. Wow, we need to get walking. Today's video is about the possibility of Generation 3. There's a lot of seals over there. That's a seal nest. This is a Cyndaquil nest. Possibility of Generation 3 this year, 2017, and kind of what I think is going down during the Halloween event. We talked a lot about it yesterday. We're gonna go more in depth today though because there's kind of more I want to expand on. But basically answering the question, will we see Generation 3 not only this year, 2017, but as a part of the October Halloween event? And honestly, there's one powerful quote behind that statement, and that is new Pokemon coming. That is Niantic, not Niantic, that is the Pokemon Company's official word on their official article talking, kind of revealing a little sneak peek at the Pokemon Go Halloween event. Again, we talked about that in yesterday's video, and I'm just kind of excited that this is news, you know? This is really, the word new and Pokemon in the same sentence from an official source will never cease to excite me, especially with Pokemon Go's drop rate of new Pokemon, which is not high. So that's the first little half of this video. We're gonna walk around Evolution Park and kind of just farm up as much as, we have like 600 Cyndaquil candy because we find them everywhere, but like definitely down to farm up some more because it's Cyndaquil. Typhlosion is one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon, and actually was one of the first rare Gen 2 catches we had in Santa Monica the day Gen 2 came out. So when Gen 3 comes out, I'm expecting a Blaziken first day. I know a little bit of Gen 3. But right now, go in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Do you think Generation 3 will be making an appearance this year, 2017, or do you think, like myself, that Generation 3 will be coming next year, 2018? Because there's a lot of statistics and just facts and common sense for both sides. We've got 2 gosh darn tootin' 5Ks that need to get TF out of here. 5Ks are at 2.7 and 1.6, pretty close there. Stardust is at 728,000, killing it. We need to walk. Let's go. Cake. So in the off chance that, like, you know, anywhere around me gets an EX raid pass invitation, which hasn't happened yet anywhere that I go, I'm doing every raid I can. So we're gonna smack this Quab up. I think Mystic can take him down just by himself. So let me know, another thing, let me in the comments, have you guys gotten not only Mewtwo, because I mean, if you got Mewtwo, definitely just tweet me a picture of it right now. But if you guys have gotten an EX raid pass or an EX raid in your area, even if you weren't involved in it, let me know in the comments because you're lucky. I know they've been everywhere. They've been in America for a while now, and they've been in LA, but like, I don't know. I don't do enough raids, I guess. So I'm changing that. We're knocking everything out, except when things can end the raid. I'm gonna hydro pump you while you're down. Thank you. All right, Quab, gosh. Change calls to vids? Yeah, my channel. Also, Jolteon raid is starting right now. Okay, we are gonna now talk about Generation 3 in Pokemon Go and the Halloween event and the possibilities that's happening while we battle the Jolteon. The Jolteon that is already kicking our boots. Is Jolteon soloable? I actually don't know. I mean, now that we wasted all of our time, I don't think we're gonna be able to beat this. Well, whatever, let's just talk about Gen 3. So Generation 3, I'm familiar with a little bit over half of it. I've watched a lot of the main series. I'm still kind of studying Gen 3, so I don't know all of it yet. This Jolteon's not gonna go down. I can already tell. Now, will we be seeing Generation 3 this year? I'm gonna talk about, during this Jolteon raid, I'm gonna talk about why I don't think we're gonna see it this year, and then we're gonna talk about why I do think, and we're gonna show, you know, proof, just thoroughly explain both sides. But right now, let's talk about why I don't think Gen 3 is coming 2017 or during the Halloween event. So we all know Niantic and how, I wanna say, not even stingy, but it's kind of stingy they are on releasing new content, right? They want to spread out the new content as much as possible, as any game developer would, because they want to keep their game alive and going and just kind of filled with the community as long as they possibly can. And there's only so many generations of Pokemon they can release until there's nothing left. So Niantic, they're really in no rush. Now this is obviously, I have no confirmation on this. This is what I think. Niantic has no rush on dropping new generations because they know that they'll always have a player base. It won't be super big or mainstream or popular, but like they'll always have people who love their game and play their game and spend money on their game, and you know, there's always gonna be a community. So I'm not really rushing into dropping Gen 3 or any generations because, you know, they really don't need to. And they waited forever to drop Gen 2. The game was like dead the last time that they, you know, waited very, very long to drop a generation, and it's only October. So I feel like they're probably gonna do the same thing, stretch out Generation 2 for the rest of the year, because they can do just a really, really raid-based year. They can drop one new legendary every month for the rest of the year, and you know, that'll be that. They also have Delibird and Smeargle to drop. Delibird we'll probably see this month, I think, if not the next month, and then Smeargle we'll probably see this month, if not next month, and then Delibird we're definitely gonna see in December for Christmas. And we will probably, just like last year, see the Generation 3 babies drop this year, just like the Gen 2 babies dropped last year. Also, I just lost this Jolteon, that's horrible. And remember that Generation 2 is dropped in, what, February of last year, so we'll probably see Generation 3 dropped January, February of next year. And because Generation 3 is such a big generation that they don't have to drop Gen 3 early, because Gen 3 is gonna hold the game for a very, well, maybe they should. I feel like they should drop it this year, but I don't think they will. We lost the Jolteon. I'm not gonna try to beat that again. We're gonna catch the Cynical though, because Cynical candy is literally fire, because it's a fire type. Okay, I'm gonna catch this and then we're gonna expand on my thoughts on why I don't think Gen 3 is coming this year, if I can remember where I left off, which I won't, and then we're gonna go to Gen 3, why I think it's coming this year. Okay, something funny to me at least, just happened. I'm gonna talk about it in a second. Maybe we can get like out of range of people because it's about people, but this gym. So here's something I've been doing very, very intensely with this new update. I've been going hard on the gyms and not just posting up on them, but like dropping the berries, because with the double Stardust, I'm just dumping all the berries I can. Ever since raids came out, I've completely stopped using berries on wild Pokemon, and I don't really know why. It's like you really only use golden raspberries and legendaries if you have enough, which I'm always stockpiled on because I do so many legendary raids. But I never use my normal berries. I never use the Nana berries unless I'm gonna, you know, Savage Season something for a clip, but I rarely do that. And the Pineapple berries I'm actually saving for Gen 3 because JT Ely said to do that, or he mentioned that, and I was like, you're a genius. Okay, now I'm gonna walk over to the infamous double stop that has all the respawns, and I'm gonna talk about what happened. LIV. That's a dead fish he's eating. All right, so this early in the morning, Evolution Park is like empty, right? There's like 2 people in there. Also, by the way, 5K, we actually are hatching the 5K. So I was looking at my phone and I like turned a corner and then I looked up. We'll hatch the egg, I tell this story. I looked up and in the empty park, there's, come on. In a previously empty park, there's like 20 elderly people just like slowly walking towards me, right? And I don't know if it's a combination of like it being, you know, October and like zombies are a thing, or I've been watching too much Game of Thrones and there's like White Walkers, but I was actually scared for a second there. Like I actually jumped inside and then I realized that like, oh, it's, you know, just the elderly. So if there's anything to learn from this story, don't be afraid of the elderly. What I am afraid of is spinning a stop and getting a 10 and or 5K. We're at 2.3 out of 3.3. Let's go. Welcome to the quest for a 2K. No. No. 2 21 pods, too short, 2 thoughts. No. Please. Fail. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Got a 2K. 1 down. Let's hatch the other 5. Post up first though. Then let's hatch the 5. Walkers. Okay, now we've escaped the walkers and we have our 5K finally hatching. Also, I completely lost my train of thought of what I was talking about Gen 3. Oh, it's Stantless rare. The moral of the story is if Niantic continues to be Niantic, then Gen 3 will not be dropping this year, and we'll probably see it the same time Gen 2 dropped next year. Oh, also fiscally is one of the bigger reasons that I didn't talk about. They'd make a heck of a lot more money if they dropped it next year during the warmer months of the year rather than the colder months, because more people can play. Now, can I get the final 2K egg right here? No. Please. Yes. We did it! That's all 9 2K eggs. We got all 9, we did it. Okay, so tomorrow's video most likely will be an all 9 2K hatching spree, or the video after tomorrow, depending on what I'm doing. Yes! X-ray. Now I'm gonna essentially sneak into one of my buddy's college classes because, I mean, obviously, I don't go to college, I've never been to a college class. So we're gonna go to UCLA and then possibly go to one of the classes. I'm gonna bring my G7X, so I might record going in there. We'll see, but that was a victory right there. 9.2 kms, and we still have to talk about why I think Gen 3 will drop this year, or why there's evidence that it will. But we'll be right back. Johnny, where are we right now?
Like it was like pretty quiet.
No, broader statement. We're in college.
I don't know where I am. You're in college.
I'm in college right now.
Your first college class ever.
This is my first ever college class, and I turn 20 next week. That's a start, right? It's a start. It's a leap in the right direction. Yeah, so we're in college. Do I have my phone? Pokemon Go in college.
You gonna do it?
What we're going to do in this class together is quite literally read together. In order to be able to read these materials with a certain amount of confidence, you have to read. Yeah, absolutely. For Nietzsche, it's something that is a continual process because what's crucial about Nietzsche
I just completed my
is
first
that he
ever
doesn't believe
college
in
class.
stillness,
We're coming back.
right? If you want to, for the Arizona week, the movie viewing, I might.
So we just got back from my first ever college class. Johnny, how was that class for you?
Well,
Took a lot of notes?
I don't know much.
You know more than me. That honestly, okay, so like I sat there and I had like almost high school flashbacks. Like, wow, this is what a classroom feels like. I kind of forgot what that I want to say sensation was. It was like, you know, sitting down, like the professor was talking about some pretty interesting stuff, and then there were times where like I was almost falling asleep. So like, you know, just
I've
kind
never
of.
been in a classroom with 500 people.
I have never been in a classroom with 500 people. Was that 500 people?
That was 500 people.
That was a lot of people. Okay, so that was another thing too. I've never been in like that was like a lecture hall classroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's like what, when I imagine a college classroom, that's what I think of, and that's exactly what it was, and it went the exact way I kind of figured a college classroom would have gone, but like, yeah, that was my first ever. So for everybody who keeps saying, Mystic, you never went to college. Johnny, what did we do today?
You went to college.
We went to college. I took one class, okay? I have a degree. I don't have a degree, we're working on that, but that was my first ever college. So thank you to Johnny for helping me get into the class. Shout out to Johnny, and go Bruins.
Go Bruins.
Go Bruins. Okay, actually, wait, before we leave here 1 second, I was looking around on Pokemon. It's like ridiculously lit out. This is like by the UCLA campus out here in Los Angeles. And there's like, look, there's lures, they're spread out, so it's not like there's like an event happening or a bunch of people playing in one area. It's just a bunch of like lures in different, like look at that. It's all like lured up and lit, and there's raids everywhere. I might have to come out here and play more because this looks like it could be definitely fun. And I don't know if there's people out here raiding, but there's 2 Entei raids right there, and there's a bunch of raids happening everywhere else. And again, there's like literally lures everywhere. So if you guys are looking for a good place for Pokemon out by UCLA, it is dummy lit live eccentric out here. We still have to talk about Generation 3 and why I think it's coming here. I need to stop stalling. We're probably gonna do that when I get back home, but I just want to show you guys that it is dummy lit live out here. So now we're gonna go hang out, eat. I don't know where this night's taking us, but we out. Let me briefly explain why I think we might see Generation 3 this year, but again, briefly. Now, obviously the biggest piece of evidence is the fact that it says new Pokemon to fill your Pokedex in that one article, but like to fill your Pokedex, like if we're talking about our current existing Pokedex, obviously not Generation 3 because Generation 3 has not been added to the Pokedex yet. When we saw Generation 2 coming to Pokemon Go, we saw it added to the master game file. Right now we only have the sprites, right? Or the names in the Generation 3 code. We have nothing else. So really a lot more has to happen before Generation 3 comes to Pokemon Go, but that could happen very, very quickly depending on how much Niantic actually has ready. Now, why do I think Generation 3 might come to Pokemon Go this year, if not this month? The fact that the game needs Generation 3 this year and or this month really, really badly. And if they drop it this month, it will be right before the coldest months of the year for America at least, which means that people in places where it gets cold and it snows will have a little bit of time before the real winter to farm up and to kind of get into Generation 3 before, you know, obviously it gets too cold to be able to go outside and play. That's why it would maybe drop this month, the month of October. Also, we're due one more large quarterly update this year, and nobody really knows what that's gonna be. A lot of people are saying EX raids going worldwide counts as a quarterly update, but like, I mean, that's raids, right? We have raids. Maybe they will count that as a quarterly update. Maybe that will be the final quarterly update, Mewtwo everywhere. But it could be Gen 3. Although, if you think about it, for the quarter 1 and quarter 4 updates to be a new generation, that is an ambitious year, a quick year for the Pokedex. The more I try to explain why I think Pokemon Go is gonna drop Generation 3 this year, the more I kind of battle for my theory of it dropping next year. So, will it drop this year? I'm not really sure. I don't have a ton of evidence or really logic on my end because I firmly believe that we will see Generation 3 coming next year, so it's hard for me to try to prove myself wrong. But if you guys have any fair points or facts that you guys wanna throw down in the comments section about why you think Generation 3 might come up this year, definitely put them down there because you probably will do a better job explaining than I just did because I just completely battled against the point. But that's today's Generation 3 discussion video and our first ever class in college. I actually tweeted about going to my first class in college, and I think people took it a lot more seriously than I kind of imagined. So we're gonna talk about this in tomorrow's video. So that's gonna be today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, anything about Generation 3 that's going through your head, whether you think, give me your predictions on when you think Gen 3 will come out, and if you guys do actually think Gen 3 is coming this year, definitely tell me why, because I'm interested myself. But that's today's video. If you guys enjoyed that, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.